Hi, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to flatten the pieces and labeling them for fabrication. First, I would like to show you the steps image that shows the steps of fabrication. Like this. What you have here is a sliced object. It will be cutted by a CNC machine, and the cutted pieces have a reference holes in a straight line. Here the holes are not in a straight line, they are in a curved, so you will need to have a pipe curved like this, the same curvature of this curve here. Also in our case we will need to have a pipe curved in the same curvature of the curve, like these three pipes. And here is the same thing. There is a hole, reference hole here, but it is straight. I recommend you to make the hole straight. It is easier in fabrication. Here's the same thing. There is a hole. Okay, let's start. This is what we should have at the end, and this is what we ended with in the past two tutorials. Let's turn this disable and start from here. Okay. I'm going to delete this for now. First, what we want to do, we wanted to label the 3D model itself. We're going to use tag component. We need a location of the text tag and the text itself. The location is and don't forget to flatten the pinch component. What I was saying, oh yes, the location of the text will be the center of each slice, so we are going to use area component to get the center. And to generate the text, we need to generate a series of numbers, using the series component. The first number is going to be 1, and the step size is going to be 1. The number of the values in the series is going to be the number of the slices. So we need to calculate the number of slices. The number of slices is equal to the number of segment plus 1. So we are going to use expression component. And here the output is going to be here it is. To get rid of this 0, we are going to use integer component. Integer. Now, if we want to merge two texts together, like if we want to add an n before the numbers, we are going to write the text we want to add, like n, like that, in a panel, and using concatenate component to merge them. This will be in A, this will be in B, like this. Okay? This will be our text. And as we see, the location of the text is going to be the center. Here we are. We could change the color of the text by using color swatch and choosing whatever the color we want. You could see it here. I think white is clear. Okay, there is a problem. If we want to move the text to be out of the frame, not in the center, we are going to move the centroid. Okay, let's move it. Tool. Okay, to get the direction, we're going to be relevant to each frame, so we're going to use deconstruct vector. Oh no, sorry, we are going to use deconstruct plane. Deconstruct plane. The plane that we are going to reconstruct is the perpendicular frames. We want to move them in the Y direction. So going to use multiplication, Y direction, and the value is going to be, or let the slider start from -1. Here we are. Okay. We don't know. Okay, something is wrong. We want to move them. Oh, yes. We want to move them in the Z direction according to the perpendicular frames. Since the frames are here, so the direction is here. So we are just going this. Yes, this is right now. Okay. And this point we are going to use it in the location. Here we are. Okay, we have just, now we are going to adjust it here. I think this is okay. Doesn't have it. If you want to move it in other direction, we want to move it now in the X direction. So we are going to use move again. And multiplication also. This component is going to be X, and the second will be slider. Here we are. Okay, now it is very clear. We can adjust it as we want. I think it is okay. Okay, this is great. Now we have our numbers in the 3D model. Now we want to flatten the slices. First we want to group this. We could group all of this. Okay, we are going to use orient component. The geometry that we are going to orienting is the bench. Sorry, it's going to be the bench, and the initial plan is going to be the perpendicular frames. Oh, sorry. Now the final plan. The final plan, we are going to draw any plane in Rhino, and then using the surface frames to divide it, to insert a frames to generate a grid of frames on the surface. Okay, one surface. Okay, now you should make sure that the U is the number of segments in the X direction, and the V is the number of segments in the Y direction. You should make sure that the number of the frames is greater than the number of the slices. Make sure that the number of frames is greater than the number of slices. Here as 10 by 10, it is greater than the number of slices, since the number of slices is 76. Here it is. Okay. What we want now, we doesn't want all these frames. We want just the number of slices. So we are going to use list item. The items that we are going to use, we want the items from 0 to 75. Since from 0 to 75 equal 76, of course. So we are going to generate a series of numbers. But make the first number is 0, and the step size is 1, and the number of the values in the series will be the number of frames, the number of slices. Now it generate as 70. What is the number of, wait a second, the number of slices, 76, and this, yes, these are 76 items, from 0, okay, yes, they are 76 items, okay. Hide this. Okay, I think yes, we should have to flatten this output. Okay, as these frames now are 76. They are going to be the final plan. Okay, here we are. If there is intersection like this, it is easy to adjust it. You could increase the size of this plane. Here it is fixed. Okay, now you may notice some problems like this. What we could do now, with the flattened surface are not surfaces. The flattened is a 3D object. It has a thickness. We don't want this. We want just the upper or the lower surface. But what we are going to do is we are going to use deconstruct prep, and taking the prep here is the faces, and this is the edges, and this is the vertices of the prep. What we want from here is the faces. We are going to use a list item. Use a slider. First, you should see here. Each list contain the maximum list contain 9 surfaces. 9 surfaces. So we are going to make a slider from 0 to 9. Unhide all of this. Here we are. If you change slider, the chosen surface change. 0 is good. Okay. Now we don't want it to be surface. We want just the frame, just the exterior line. So we are going to use prep wireframe component and hide this. Here we are. We get just the prep wireframes. Now we're wanting to labeling them. What we are going to do is use tag component, but not this. There is other one. Text tag 3D. Okay. Location and orient. Okay, the location will going to be, I want it to be this point. So we are going to use list item to choose this point from the deconstructed prep. It is vertices. The maximum number of vertices is 13. So we are going to generate a list from 0 to 12. Okay, we could choose this or choose now. As you see, when you change, the point moves. I'm going to choose this point. Okay. Now if we tag it now using this point, and the text are going to be the same text as we used here, which is this. Oh yes, we should flatten the points here. The text is too large. We could change the size of the text. I'm going to make a slider. To 0.01. It is very small. Okay, 0.1 is great. Now we want to move the text. So if we move this point, the text is going to be moved. Okay, let's move this text. We're going to move. Okay, we are going to use deconstruct vector. Oh, sorry. We are going to use vector xyz. You have here xyz. Vector from 1. Oh, make the slider starts also from -1. Here you are. As you move the point, the text move. We could hide this. It's better to look to them at top to make sure. What is this? Zero. Okay, there is something wrong. Okay, مظبوط اهي. Okay, we are going to use it at 0. Now we could adjust point went up little. Okay, this is good. Now we are done. We just have to convert this to DXF and it will be ready to be cut at the CNC machine. Okay, our final product here, this and this group. Now we could bake this. Oh, there is a other thing. If you want to decrease this distance or anything, you could change the size of this plane. And the distance between them is changing. But if there is intersection, of course, you don't want any intersection, so increase this distance. Okay, it's okay now. You could bake them. Sorry, Control Z. Right click, bake. Yes, make group, default. Same thing here. Text. Yes, the default. Okay. Now we could hide this, hide everything here. And here we are. Now we could came here. Sport selected, selecting them, right click, choosing DXF, and okay, and then go to cut it at the CNC machine. Now we are done. Thank you for watching. See you later.